Hey guys, welcome back to my colourful country life. Today I've got something a little bit different for you all, a haul video. I thought it'd be fun to share with you some of the art supplies and colouring books that I've picked up over the last couple of months. So over September and October, as well as some happy mail and items that have been sent out to me as well. Now, I don't usually do haul videos, mainly because I don't actually tend to buy much stuff. I have seemed to accumulated a few things over September and October though, so if you do enjoy this kind of content, let me know down in the comments and I can definitely look at doing more of these in the future, maybe one every 3 months or 6 months, just depending on what I'm purchasing. Yeah, 3 months or 6 months I think would be possibly doable. So let's kick things off first with some items that I needed to replace or replenish. And first up is the Dal 133 pencil sharpener. Now this sharpener is my absolute favorite, and if you do follow me on Instagram, you might remember that I actually managed to break mine recently. I am a little heavy-handed. I'm a lot heavy-handed, and the little plastic pieces in the back here that keeps the back in place, they actually snapped off, and I don't know if that's my pressure pushing down on it as I'm turning the handle, but I did try to fix it with super glue, so this is actually glued in now and can't be taken out. So while it does still sharpen nicely, I can't open it up anymore for cleaning, so I did decide to get a new one, but I will be keeping the old one as a spare just in case. Now I have so many different sharpeners, from small handheld sharpeners to electric sharpeners, but this is the one I love the most. It takes all the different size pencil barrels that I own, including the Brute Funa squares, and it gives me a great sharp point on my pencils too. So you can adjust, sorry for the noise of that wrapping, you can adjust the pencil point with this dial on the back here. Mine is almost always on the sharpest setting, which it already is now. The only time I do dull it down this way is for my color combo worksheets, or if I'm doing a large background or attempting a softer look on a page as well. So that just stops from getting any lines in there. Now, if I twist this, you can pull the back out, and the plastic bits that I'm talking about, these bits here, they snapped off. What's in here? And these bits here snapped off. Yeah, so it could not be placed back in. The back couldn't go back in. And there we go. So I had to super glue it back together. So now I can't pull that bit out if I need to clean it in there, but I can still open it from this end. What is making that noise? Is that meant to make that noise? I don't recall my other. Let me just try and sharpen a pencil. What have I got nearby? What is this? Color. Still works perfectly fine. I should stop sharpening before. Yeah, I don't remember. Okay, now it sounds fine. So what I'm going to do is pop this one in a drawer for a spare, just in case I happen to do the same thing with my new one, but I will be a little bit more gentle, I think, or attempt to be a little bit more gentle as I'm turning the handheld crank here. So that is my new Dal 133 sharpener. I also had to top up some of my pencils as well. You all know how much I love my Prismacolor pencils, and they are well used, so a few key colors were running low. And when I say a few, I actually had to purchase 29 replacement pencils. Actually, I had to purchase 30, but I missed Deco Pink. So if you see a teeny tiny Deco Pink in my videos, or one that has been glued together, that's why. So I do sometimes glue my little pencils together just to make it easy to sharpen when they start to get really small. So these are all the replacements that I had to purchase, mainly blue, greens and yellows. There are some pinks and purples, as I've been using them quite a bit lately. You may also notice in some of my videos, I have a few pencils that are sharpened on both ends without being glued to another pencil. It's just the one pencil sharpened on both ends. I just want to show you this just in case it happens to your Prismacolor pencils as well. Let me just grab one. Okay, so this is my marine green PC988 off the top of my head. This is one pencil. So what's happened is that the core is off kilter. It's not straight. And I actually have quite a few pencils that are like this at the moment. I think I may have gotten a bad batch as a replacement set and not realized until I started having to replenish my pencils. I do have quite a few like this, so I think that's probably why it might have been just a bad set. I buy my full sets from different places, so I can't be sure where I did purchase this set from to be able to contact them, and it would have been quite a while ago as well, as I've been just pulling them out of the set as my colors run out. And I did notice every now and then a pencil like this, but it's gotten to the point now where I've noticed I've had quite a few. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you was that I used to use my craft knife to sharpen them. Hopefully this is focusing. As you know, I got a new phone and it's given me focusing issues. So if you can see there, the wood is right up to the tip of the pencil. And what I was using was my craft knife to sharpen them so I could get to the color without the wood. So just like using my craft knife to scrape that wood back there. But I've since worked out if you sharpen from the opposite side, it's usually straight and sharpens really easily. I've actually done this with a few pencils, and I'll show you another one. It's working quite well for me so far. Where's my parrot green? I know I did it with parrot green. Yeah, this one. So my parrot green, you can see here, the wood is right up to the tip. It's not quite as bad as the marine green. So I've sharpened that end and it is working well. Here, my old deco pink, you can see the wood is right up to the top. But once I sharpen the other end, it's fine. And there's another one I'm going to have to do that with, and that is black raspberry. I don't know if you can see that because it is discolored, the wood, but the wood does go right up to the tip. So I'm probably going to end up having to sharpen that from the other end as well, just to get the most out of the pencils. So I'm sad that that's happened, but I am glad that I worked out if you sharpen from the opposite end, it seems to be working much better. It seems to be actually straight from that end. I don't know why this is, but it is a little trick that will come in handy if your pencils end up like this. If you get in your open stock, if you get a full set, obviously you'll send it back, but if you do notice this in your open stock, that is a trick to get around it. And it saves you from constantly trying to whittle down the wood with your craft knife too, which is time consuming, especially like if you're doing a big background and you've got to keep sharpening your pencil, but you've got to get your craft knife out and keep whittling down that wood. It takes forever and it's messy too. So I think next time I'll purchase another 150 set, as I am getting to the point where I will need to replace a whole bunch of pencils. For my open stock, I always purchase them from the art shop, which is based in Melbourne. They do have a flat shipping rate of $9.95, so I usually wait until I have a few things that I need to replenish, so it is worth the shipping cost. So you may be seeing that mini deco pink for some time, but they pack the pencils really well. They're very well protected. They use these old boxes to put them in, and then they bubble wrap them, they tape them up. They're really well protected, which is why I do order from them. Plus they ship really quickly, especially to rural areas like mine. I only get mail here a couple of times a week, so they come rather quickly. Officeworks, I did used to order from Officeworks, but they'd put one pencil just in a big box and you'd hear it rattling around. Plus, I would have to get it delivered to somebody in Sydney because you can get next day delivery, and if you order enough, you can get free shipping, because shipping to rural areas here was something ridiculous like $20 or $30 through Officeworks, and they don't ship and pack the pencils that well either. But Officeworks is usually where I buy my 150 sets from. they usually do have the best price. Amazon sometimes is cheaper, but I don't like to purchase them off Amazon just in case I get a bad batch. But obviously I've gotten a bad batch from somewhere else, wherever I purchased my last 150 set from. So maybe I might give that a go next time. And on top of that, I did also grab from the art shop some open stock Derwent Inktense pencils that I need to replace as well. Blues and greens, always the first to go in my collections. I've got deep blue, apple green and sea blue here to replace some very short Inktense pencils. I've been getting a lot of a workout over the last few months. I think I've been using them quite a bit now. So before we move on to some other art supplies, I just want to mention my desk mat here. I thought this would be such a nice background for my talking videos, so my end of month completed pages videos, reviews, that sort of thing. It's a little more interesting than just staring at my cutting mat. Now, speaking of my cutting mat, I did order something else which has yet to arrive. I think it's actually due to arrive here possibly late next week, and that's a glass cutting mat. So it is a similar principle to the Tim Holtz one, if anyone has seen that one, except it's a no-name brand. It's just a cheap brand. It's magnetic, stain and scratch resistant. So the reason I ordered that, well, there's a couple of reasons actually. One, it's magnetic, and it comes with magnets that can help hold down PDFs or swatch sheets, that sort of thing. It'll keep it from moving around and also prevent my hand from getting in the way from holding down the paper. The other reason is for the stain resistance. Now, my cutting mat that you usually see in my videos, which is actually just underneath this mat at the moment, is actually stained from using soft pastels. I cannot get the stains out. I've tried everything. And the more I scrub, the more it's losing sort of the grid lines, the blue lines, so it makes it look even dirtier and older looking. Functionality wise, it still works perfectly fine, but the stain really bothers me, not just because it's yellow and it looks dirty, but in my photos it looks yellow. You can see like a yellowing on one side of the mat and then it's blue on the other side, so it starts to look a little bit dirty. It's just really annoying actually. So I do plan to replace it eventually. And then when I'm using messy mediums like soft pastels, even when I'm spraying with the shimmer sprays, I'll use a glass cutting mat instead, as it can just be wiped down with some glass cleaner and then it's back to normal. And then my normal cutting mat that you see in my color alongs will stay clean as well. So this pretty desk mat will be for my talking videos. You'll see the glass cutting mat when I'm using messy mediums, and then my normal cutting mat with the grid lines just for everything else. If you guys want to see more hauls, then I can show the glass cutting mat next time if you'd like. So next up, I placed an order with Craft Online, which I've yet to properly open. So I am missing a few of the distress ink colors and I'm slowly building up my collection. I'm sure there is more I'm still missing. I've been using my distress inks quite a lot this month or so, and I have noticed some are drying out quite a bit, so I'll have to order some re-inkers as well, I think. I need to buy some spare pads as well, the sponge pads, for my distress ink tools too. Some of mine are starting to actually fall apart. Let me just open this up. Okay, so what did I buy? Candied apple, wild honey, carved pumpkin, lumberjack plaid, twisted citron, spiced marmalade, kitsch flamingo, fired brick, uncharted mariner, and rustic wilderness. So where's my swatch chart? One second. Let me find, here we are. So this is actually an old swatch chart. I think I'm going to have to update it because he's brought out a few new colours since then. Picket fence I do have, but it's white, so that's why it looks like there's nothing there. So I can fill in some of these spots. So kitsch flamingo, candied apple, fired brick, carved pumpkin, spiced marmalade, Crackling Campfire I didn't get. Wild Honey. Nope. Yes, Twisted Citron. Rustic Wilderness. Uncharted Mariner. Where's this? Lumberjack Plaid. That must be one of the new colours. Yeah. So I'm still missing Fossilized Amber, Crackling Campfire, Speckled Egg. Did I have speckled egg in one of the larger? No, I mustn't have, otherwise I would have swatched it. So I'm missing a couple, plus I think there's a few new ones that I might be missing as well. So I'm nearly there, nearly got the full collection. I think I'm going to have to see if there's a new swatch sheet on the Ranger website. If not, I might just have to make my own up there. I'll just pop that to the side for a second because I've got a huge pile here and everything's about to tip over. I'll put that on the floor. Move my rubbish out of the way. Okay, so next up, I also bought a bunch of Tombow dual brush pens. So same principle, I am slowly building up my collection with these. And these are the watercolor pens. So there's a lot of these I think I was missing. Oh. Craft Online, if you're in Australia as well, they are another shop that is really quick with their delivery times too. I've got a bunch of colours here. Most of them, a lot of reds. Obviously, I don't have that many reds. Let me have a look at my swatch chart. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, I'm missing so many of these colours. That's my swatch sheet here, so you can see so many gaps. I do have a lot of the lighter colours, but I am slowly building up. I would love to have the whole collection one day, and then I'll get the little, that storage container that opens up that you can put on your desk as well. That looks like it would come in handy. But I did get some of the darker colours. Now, not necessarily to use straight on the page. I mean, I can, but I can also put it onto a paint palette and then use it for some basing as well, and mix it with some water to lighten the colours up a bit too, or use it as it is for the deep, rich colours. So I've got a few more to add to my collection, which I will swatch in. Shall I swatch it now? We'll swatch it later. I'll swatch it later. You guys don't need to see me swatching. So, put these to the side. Actually, you know what? While I've got them out here, I think I will swatch them so that I can pop them away. So I'll just pull out that chart. Will I move my mat? No, you know what? I'm just going to pop a notebook underneath to protect the mat because I don't want to destroy it so quickly. Let's just pop this under. All right, what have we got here? 873 Coral. That's a really pretty colour. That'd be really pretty for some florals. Pop that to the side. Another orange, 905. Oh, 905 red. Okay, it's a bit of an orangey red. Can you hear that scratchy sound? 845. What is this? Carmine. $847 Crimson. Okay. This swatch chart, I think I got it from... Okay, so is this chart maybe shared for personal use? I don't know if that's ljnightart.com or ijnightart.com. It's capital... Is it a capital I or is it a small L? Colouring books for all ages. I thought I actually got it from their website, so I don't know. Orange, 933. That's a pretty colour. Another orange here, 925. Oh, scarlet. That is not scarlet, that's orange. What do I got? 815. Cherry. That's really annoying. That's a pretty colour. That's a really annoying squeak, but that's a really pretty colour. That'd be really cute floral colour too with these tones. 835 Persimmon. Oh, I got a purple here. 665 purple. It's nice and vibrant. What colour is this? 606 violet. I don't normally reach for pinks and purples, but I have been recently colouring a lot of pages with pinks and purples. I'm normally like a red and a blue kind of girl. 195 light green. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, it's sort of like an apple green. $296 green. I thought I would have bought some more. This is really pretty. These two look really good together, actually. I would have thought I had bought some more greens because I do colour a lot of things that have grass or leaves, trees in it. 228 grey green. These two look good together too. 026 yellow gold. It's actually a nice yellowish brown colour. 027 dark ochre. $879 brown. It's a pretty dark brown. It's very much like a sepia type of colour, isn't it? Okay, so we've got a few more on there. Geez, that brightened it up from all those pastel tones that I had on there before. Still quite a few gaps, so I got a fair way to go, but we're building up slowly. What am I missing? I think I need to build up the pinks and the blues by the looks of things. I think I'll work on building them up next, and maybe some more greys too, because greys always come in handy. I'll just pop that to the side and I'll put that away after. Actually, I'll put it away now because I think... Do I need this again? No, I don't. But I'll put it away. So clean up after yourself, Karen. Clean up after yourself. Okay, that's not going to work either. Okay, now the other thing I purchased from Craft Online was the Tim Holtz splatter brush. Now, I really want to try this out and see how well it works at adding paint splatters to colour in pages instead of using just a normal paintbrush. And let me open it and pull it out. So what does it say? The Tim Holtz splatter brush is the perfect tool to create unique splatter effects over alcohol ink. God, I can't speak today. Achieve various speckles, splatters, and spots on your alcohol ink projects using 91% or higher isopropyl alcohol. Okay. So, achieve various speckles, splatters, spots. Okay, so it's saying to splatter with the isopropyl. English is hard. With the isopropyl alcohol. Dip the tips of the splatter brush bristles into... hold the brush over your surface. Grab the mid-section of bristles with your finger and pull them back towards you. Point brush to slowly release the bristles. Yeah. Well, it says for using with alcohol to create splatters on alcohol ink. So over the top of your distress ink, you could use it. You could just use it with water because you can use water to create like spots and stuff and distress ink backgrounds, which I just did. The book isn't next to me. In Small Victories, which we'll see in my October completed pages video. So I used a distress ink background and then I sprayed some water on that and removed some of the ink to create some water spots. So I think that'll work. And also paint as well. I want to try it with some gold paint or some gold ink. That's what I think I'm going to try it with first. So let me move these to the side. And the next thing I purchased was this Christmas snowflake stencil. I didn't realize it was going to come with 3 different sizes. Some of these snowflakes are absolutely huge. Let's open it up. I should probably read the descriptions on Amazon better when I order things. I was expecting like one, maybe A4 size. So clearly I didn't read it very well. Let's open it up and we'll pull it out and have a look. So this was purchased from Amazon, by the way, as well. I'll pop up links for anything down in the video description. Oh, I see some stars as well. They're going to come in handy. I'll have to see if I can find some Christmas pages that I can use these on as well. So these are a good size, I think, for the colouring books. You can see some stars, different size stars. And then different snowflakes, different shapes and sizes. These ones are getting bigger. They're the same shapes. Yeah, all the same shapes, just in a larger size. And this one is huge. Are the snowflakes bigger? Yeah. They are. Are these ones the same size? No, they're bigger too. This one is huge. I don't know what I'm going to use this one. I'm going to have to find like a massive double page spread. Maybe one of those Joanna pages that are virtually empty in the background with all that open space. Maybe that might work. These are massive. But I think this one is perfect. So this was only like, I think it was like $6 or something like that. So it was fairly cheap. But these will be perfect on some backgrounds. The stars will be great all year round. Are they 3 different sizes? No, they're the same. But this one's got some bigger stars on it too. And I think this one, yeah, this one's got even bigger stars on it. So they will come in handy. I did buy another stencil on Amazon last month, which I was hoping to use on a page this month. So I bought it in September to use in October, but it still hasn't arrived and it's only coming from New Zealand. So I don't know what the hold up is. It's just got to, you know, come across the pond there. But yeah, so I didn't get around to colouring that page anyway. So it's not a big deal, but it's kind of like a bubble stencil. So it will come in handy in the future regardless for other pages. Oh, I almost forgot. I purchased a set of gouache as well. Hang on. Oh, I left it at the other end of the desk. Here it is here. Oops. So I ended up getting the Arteza brand, the 60 set. So I wanted something that wasn't too expensive while I play around with them and get used to them. I did look into the, I think it's a Himi brand, the jelly gouache, but there were quite a few reviews about the paints drying out really quickly. So I did go with the Artezas. They're a bit more affordable than like the Winsor & Newtons and stuff like that. So I thought this was a good middle ground. Now I did have a set of gouache already. Hang on, let me show you. 1 second. Oh, that's quick. I need a WD-40 my jet. Where are you? Here's one. Is that what I'm looking for? That's what I'm looking for. So this is the Reeves brand. I think I purchased mine from Officeworks. They are really old, so I can't recall, but they do actually sell them in heaps of different stores here in Australia. I think they've got them in Officeworks. I believe the art shop might even stock them. Spotlight, Eckersley's I think has this brand as well. And they're actually quite an affordable brand too. But when I did go to use my set a little while back, I did find a few of the colours that I wanted to use had separated, I guess you'd say. I did manage to mix them up and they worked for what I needed it to at the time, but I think I might have to pass these on to the kids to use instead. So the reason I wanted the gouache, if any of you remember back to a tag video that I did earlier in the year about colouring goals, one of my goals was to learn, well, technically it was to learn more watercolour techniques for backgrounds. That's still something I want to do, but I did divert a little from watercolors to gouache after seeing an artist's work on Instagram, and she has a workshop teaching people her techniques. So that's something I'm working on in my spare time. Clearly my spare time is very spare as I still haven't opened up my new set. I've been working on sort of brush control, different strokes, paint consistencies, that sort of thing, just the basics to start with. I do need to get myself some proper brushes though, but I'm making do with what I've got on hand at the moment. Once I am finished, I might do a review of the course and hopefully put it to use making some creative backgrounds on our colour alongs. So how about we finally open this box up and have a quick look. So there are our colour swatches on the back here. There's light fastness ratings, transparency ratings, and our pigment numbers as well. So there's a classic series, a premium series, and a pro series. So it looks like this is the premium. And I will just, where's my craft knife? Just gonna cut this open and we can have a look. I am actually excited to delve more into the gouache and also the watercolors as well. Just there's not enough time in the day, is there? Too many hobbies, not enough time. I'll put the rubbish over there and pop this open. Okay, so how big are these? 12 mils. Is that the same size? Yeah, that's the same size as the Reeves brand that I had. You've got all your transparency and pigment numbers, your light fastness on there. Okay. And lots of little trays. I don't know how I'm going to store this going forward, but for now I'm just going to keep them in this box the way it is stored currently. I think that's going to be the easiest way to keep track of them. Oops. Pop that back in properly. So I'm looking forward to finally getting a chance to play around with these. I'm just going to pop them in front of me. I'm running out of space here. My desk is a mess at the moment. Okay, so I also purchased a set of paints from KJ Design by Karen's Etsy store. I use her paint so much, and nearly every page, I think, in the last few months, there's been a bit of sparkle from her paints in there somewhere. So I purchased a set of 6 blues from her Etsy store. Now, Karen must have recognized my name or address from the set she's previously sent out to me, as she did sneak in an extra 6. Yeah, an extra 6 colours as a bit of a thank you to me. So that was very kind and generous of her. I actually haven't swatched them out yet, so we may do that now to check out all the colours. I did go with blues because, as you guys know, I love ocean themed pages and I thought they'd come in really handy. The blues in all my supplies always seem to be the first to need replacing, so I do use that colour a lot. And I'm going to pop this card out here so I can... Will it just come out that way? No, where's my craft knife? Craft knives always come in handy. Let's pop it out. There we go. So let's swatch them onto here. Now the names are all on the paints. I'm just going to pull them all out so I can name them. Autumn Mist. Got pretty names too. Oh, They're magnets on the bottom to keep them in place. Such pretty colours. I need to do a page with a whole heap of water so I can use all different colour blues. Okay, now I can tag this set that I purchased in the video description, which will be the 6 original colours, and I can't remember which ones they were, but you can always order the other colours if you wanted to get this same set. Now I'm just realising as I'm talking to you that I pulled them out and I haven't wet them yet, so I might have to. Let me just pop them over here and I'll wet them. I'll write their names down as, actually, you know what? Oh, I'm all over the place today. What am I doing? Where's my pencil? 1 second. So I'll write the names down as we go. And I'll put them back in there. So we're going to go with Autumn Mist is first. Light. Is that light turquoise? I'm going to write light turquoise, but I don't know if that's what it says. Close enough. Light turquoise. Green. Gosh, I can't speak today. I can't write today. I can't read today. What's it say? Green sparks. Green sparks. Here. And that one is turquoise. That looks really pretty. I think I need to write smaller. Okay, so we're going to go with Emerald is next. And then we've got Deep Blue Sea. Lilac Blue, that's really pretty. That's really pretty too. Cambridge? Cambridge. Electric. This one is just blue. Navy purple. That sounds interesting. Navy purple and dark. Gosh, George, I can't read today. Dark. Okay. So let me just wet these 1 second. Okay, so I've just gone and added some water there and grabbed myself a cup of water in my collapsible Faber-Castell cup. I've got my grabby paintbrush and just a microfiber cloth as well. And let me zoom you a bit closer so you can see these beautiful colours. Left to right, right to left. Now I don't even know my lefts and rights today either. Feels like a Friday. I need a nap, I think. Okay, oh, this colour is really pretty. Okay, this is the turquoise. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. That is so pretty. I can't wait to see what that looks like when it's dry. That's going to get a lot of use, that one. Okay, so green sparks. I can see the chunks of glitter in this one already. That's a pretty colour too. You can really see that silver glitter. Let's go light turquoise. Oops. A bit more water. That's a beautiful colour. Look at this. Can you see the silver glitter in that green sparks as well? The turquoise is blue, but it kind of like, it looks a bit green, like colour changing. Oh, is that focusing? Focus. Okay. Autumn Mist. What a pretty name. Oh, this is like a silvery blue. Oh, look at that. This would be really pretty as like a cloud outline. And I can see this actually on a page with autumnal colours too, with all those sort of ochre colours. And this silvery blue would just complement that so nicely. That is so pretty. That turquoise would look really good on a page. Oh, if I can get it out of my drawer. Here we go. With gerbera. These two would look awesome together in sunset. Sunset, gerbera and turquoise. That would be an awesome colour combo for a page. I might have to find a good page to use them on. Maybe a Lulu Mayo book. I love using paints in Lulu's books. Cambridge. This is a pretty blue. This would be really nice on an outfit, like a blue dress. That's really pretty. It's very Disney princess. This lilac blue. Oh, that's pretty. It's very like a gunmetal silver type of colour. They're really pretty. Deep sea blue. This looks beautiful. Emerald looks beautiful too. They all look beautiful. This colour here, this navy purple, I'm really curious to see what that looks like swatched out. Look at that. That is the perfect sea colour. Let's try emerald. This looks really pretty too. That is gorgeous. That would look really nice as a leaf colour, like a deep forest picture. How pretty is it? You can definitely see that. So what I'm picturing is if you have a tree on the page with lots of little leaves, and instead of colouring them all with pencil, have a few dotted around with this dark emerald colour here. That'll look really pretty and just show a little bit of shine on the page too. Now this is interesting. It's just a dark, but look. I feel like it's blue and then it goes to purple. That's a really beautiful blue. That is really pretty. Navy purple. Dying to see what this one looks like swatched out. That's pretty. And oops, blue. That's a really bright, pretty blue. Some of these actually be really good for skies as well. What's this? Electric. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. That's beautiful. Let's see if I can get this to focus so you can see how shimmery these colours are. These are so pretty. Turquoise is definitely a favourite. Deep sea blue, emerald, autumn mist. That lilac blue is just something really different. And these bright blues down here would look really good as ocean colours. This colour here is just so different. I wonder, it just says dark. I wonder if it's just dark blue, but it's really pretty. There's something a little bit unusual about that colour. They are beautiful. I can't remember which ones were in the original set that I purchased and which ones Karen has popped in there for me as extras. I will pop the link down below though so you can have a look, but a big thank you to Karen for doing that for me. That was so very generous of her and very much appreciated. They're going to get a lot of use, and if you do follow along the channel, you know that, you know, my completed page is every second page, or practically every page I use the KJ Design by Karen paint. They're just such great quality and those colours are fantastic. So I'm going to leave this open to dry. Look at the silver sparkles in the green sparks. But this one here is really catching my eye. It's really something different. It's beautiful. I'm just going to leave them to the side to dry. All right, let me just zoom you out a little bit. Now, before we get into looking at books, I did have some art supply companies that have kindly sent me some items to try out. I do have reviews for the products up on the channel, so I'll just show you quickly in case you missed those videos and you might want to have a more in-depth look. So there might be something here that you're interested in taking a closer look at. But first up, I have the Kerby 48 alcohol marker set here. So this is Kerby's very first set of alcohol markers. I do hope they bring out more sets. The colour selection is great. I'll tip it up and you can see there all the different colours that are in the tub. And it also comes with this mini version of one of those bold and easy colouring books that a lot of people are using at the moment. So let me move that out of the way. And we've got our swatch chart in here as well. So there are all the colours swatched out. You can see them all there. So it's got a really good range of colour for the first set for 48 markers. And this is the colouring book. And I do colour one of these on screen in the review video. That's it there. Trying to blend the colours together. They're so pretty. Beautiful pinks there. And I use these in my Mythographic Magical World colour along too, if you've seen that. I use these for basing on that page too. They're dual brush and chisel tips, which I'll show you. So there's your brush tip and your chisel tip. And they come in this wonderful clear packaging, which I'm leaving mine in because it's easy to access, easy to see, and you can lie them flat while you're colouring to access your pens, your markers as well. So what else happened in September and October? Okay, so the Artex Simtap markers. So I do have a review for the 48 set and the 36 set on my channel, and actually the original 24 set as well. I did a giveaway in conjunction with Artex in October, I think it was, and I even gave away one of my sets, my 36 set, and that it's not because they aren't great markers. I just have a lot of acrylic markers at the moment and I need to use up what I have. They've also brought out a larger set of the normal acrylic markers too. I think it's a 90 set off the top of my head. I'm not going to be reviewing those. We know the quality is great with Artex. I just can't take any more colours right now. I don't have the room for any more acrylic paint pens and I really need to use up what I have right now. When I do need to replenish them, I'd probably purchase the bigger set, the 90 set, just because you do get more colors, but that's a while away. I've got a few to get through before we get to that point. Now, you might have seen me use these mostly on backgrounds in, say, Lulu Mayo's books and Small Victories by Joanna Basford. I do like to use these for backgrounds. They've got a beautiful brush tip, so they can go on nice and smoothly. Also, there's a brush tip there. It's like a little bit, I say brush, it's like a sponge. I've also used them on a paint palette, so I will rub the marker onto a paint palette and then use a water brush to water it down a little bit and use it as basing as well before putting pencils over the top. And sometimes I use it for basing without any pencils over the top, so just on its own, watered down a little bit, which is fun as well. So I will pop the details of that review down below if you want to have a closer look at these markers. I also received the Mei Liang watercolor palette. Where is it? Okay, so the Mei Liang watercolor palette was sent to me by Rubens, and I absolutely love these sparkly, glittery paints down here. They work so beautifully. I used them on a background in a Hannah Carzon page, which I can show you. One second. This is it here. This is a Jewelry Box by Hannah Carzon, and this is the background that I used them on, and hopefully the camera is picking up all that shimmer in the background. So I used these 3 colors here to create that background, and that's all that's on there. And I hope that is popping up on the camera. And on the wings here, I used this color here, which actually goes on translucent with this sort of like silvery sparkle, so you can actually see the color of the pencil work underneath with this little sparkle on top. So such a beautiful sparkly page. And of course we've got the KJ designed by Karen paint on here too, in Gerbera and golden as well. They also sent me out this swatch book here, which is from Lightwish, and I need to redo my swatches in it actually. I did say I would love if they sold the sheets separately so you can add more to it. So the rings here, they do open up and you can take the pages in and out. So it'd be nice if they sold them separately so you could add more. It'd also be great if it was in A4 size, just a bigger size, because you've got 36 spaces per page for your swatching, but it would be great to have, you know, at least double that on the pages as well. I love swatching and I love organizing too, so this is really fun. I have pulled some sheets out and started working on it. Yeah, so this is the swatch book. Would love it to be a bit bigger, and somewhere to put the set, so the brand name or the set name as well. I mean, you could write it here or here, but just like a special section that says brand name or set name or something would be wonderful, and extra sheets to put in there too. And you can purchase the paint palette in a set, which actually comes with this clipboard here, which you can see in my review video. I've just put this paper here to stop the glare, and then it also comes with a bunch of paper, which as you can see I've already started using, and it has the 2 sections. So hopefully you can see that without me having to zoom back out again. I also received the Lightwish watercolor palette, and there is a review for these paints up on the channel. So this is one of those swatch sheets from the swatch book that I just showed you. So this is a swatch sheet of all the colors in the Lightwish 24 color watercolor paint palette here for my future reference. So when I do need a new set, I can see what the colors look like, but I no longer have the set as I did a giveaway on the channel, and it's on its way off to its new owner. Now, they're brilliant paints. That's not why I gave my set away. I did a giveaway in conjunction with Lightwish, And my own palette was one of the prizes, simply because, like with acrylic markers, I have plenty. I'd rather share the love with you guys than collect another paint palette when I still have so many beautiful palettes here that I can use. But I have kept this little swatch sheet here for my own record. So when I do go to order a new paint palette, I can have a look and see what colors I'm really interested in ordering, to see if this is the next paint palette that I would like in my collection. So that is why I'm holding on to the swatch sheet, even though I don't have the paint palette. All right, now we're on to books. I've got a feeling this is going to be a very long video. I do apologize in advance for those people who do not like to hear me speak, because this is going to be a pretty long chatty video, I think. Just me rambling on. Hopefully you can go and grab a cuppa and a snack if you haven't already. So I was lucky enough to receive some wonderful happy mail from some very kind and generous people this month. Firstly, I have received this wonderful gift here from the beautiful Crystal. I had filmed a tag video, and one of the questions was along the lines of, what book would you like to add into your collection? Sketchy Stories was one of the ones on my list. Now, you guys know how much I love Kerby's work. He's my absolute favorite artist, and I have been looking for this book for so long, for years even. Well, Crystal saw my video and did a search and found it in a bookstore near her across the other side of the world, and she's so very, very kindly purchased it and sent it out to me. I was literally tearing up when I held this little guy in my hands finally. It was so thoughtful of Crystal to go looking for me, and very generous of her to grab it and send it out to me as well. I have thanked Crystal privately, and I am forever grateful. I still can't believe that it is here in front of me. And can I also just say thank you as well to the other people who offered to send me out their very own personal copies as well, just so I could have one in my collection. You guys know who you are. There were a few of you actually. Crystal had already found this one, and it was winging its way across the world to me at that time. But I do appreciate everybody who thought of me and was going to give up their own book so I could have one in my collection. But let's have a look through. I don't know if I will ever colour in this book. To me, it's a collector's piece, but I may be swayed if anybody wants to colour along. Let me know if you have this book and if you have coloured in it yourself, or if you have it but you don't plan to ever colour in it, or if you have it and you'd like to colour in it but you haven't started yet. And if you did colour in it, let me know which pencils you like best on this paper as well. I love this. To My Mum, My Ultimate Doodle Hero. Quarto book. So this was originally published in 2016 in the USA. I wasn't colouring back in 2016, so I did miss out on this when it was back in stock. Now, Quarto, I think that is the publishing company that is behind the new release of Rita Berman's books in the English editions, if I'm correct, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to have to read that off screen, I think. Have a look at the book. Sketchbook Art of Kerby Rosanes. Project editor, cover design. Okay. So I'll read the intro myself later. Preface here from Kerby Rosanes. Got a little sketch. Works in this book are arranged chronologically, so you can see how my style has changed and evolved from a sea of weird monsters and characters to realistic and more detailed drawings. Okay. His process here. This is the size nibs he uses. Fine shading and shadows, 0.05, 0.1. Smaller details and main shading. Is 0.1 what Joanna uses, or is that 0.2? I can't remember. 1 second, because I've got one here. 0.2. 0.2 is what Joanna uses. So this starts from 2012. This is the drawing that launched my name in the doodling community. I haven't had a good look through this yet. 2012, and this one is 2013. This is the style more what we see in Anamorphia. King's Awakening. I'm going to go to the back. What's in the back? 2016. Yeah. His imagination is just amazing. And you can see when you're looking at some of the pages how he's transformed them. So this is Leopardville 2015. I wonder when Anamorphia came out, because I think that was, hang on, next year is 2025, and it is Kerby's 10-year anniversary in the adult colouring world, and Anamorphia was his first book, I believe. Sorry, I'm leaning over to have a look. So that would be the same year that he drew this, and there is a page that looks like this in Anamorphia as well, so that's interesting. So next year is Kerby's 10-year colouring book anniversary, and he does have a special edition book coming out. It is somewhat of a compilation book, but it also has some brand new images, and it has that fold out bit in the back, so it's an accordion style fold out, and I am hoping that the fold out could be Curious Spirit. I'm hoping. If that is Curious Spirit, I will be the happiest girl in the world, because I'm dying to get my hands on that and colour it. Ever since I saw him posting about it, it hasn't been printed anywhere yet, so I'm hoping that that is what we're getting in the back of the book, Curious Spirit. Look at these beautiful images. Oh, a giraffe. Oh, a giraffe that turns into the cityscape. That's very Worlds Within Worlds from 2015. You can see his style from his earlier books. You can see how the images from his sketchbook have morphed into what we see in the colouring books. This one's interesting. Inspired by the informal settlers in Manila. It's amazing how people manage to live in tiny houses that seem to be attached to each other. Homage to my country, the Philippines. I love how there's a little bit of insight behind these things too. Look at that. Imagine colouring that in. That is busy. That is busy even for me. That looks like fun. Actually, I wish you could make some of these into a colouring book, some of these old pages. These two symbolise a message of love and life. Both pieces were auctioned off, with all proceeds going to UN relief efforts for Syrian refugees. I love how he does so many things for different charities. He did Fragile World, that went to a charity. What was the foundation called? I can't remember off the top of my head. That was for endangered wildlife. He does a lot of things for the environment as well. Be awesome today. Be awesome today, guys. Be awesome every day. You are awesome every day. Do what you love. Do what you love. Love what you do. That's even busier, that page. This is so much fun. I don't know if Scorpio... Ooh, do we have a Gemini? I wonder if Kerby's a Scorpio. I wonder if that's why it's in here. 2014 Scorpio. That's Christmassy. I'm just back and forth, different parts of this book. That's really pretty. Coronation Legendary. So many fun things. I'm going to have a good time reading through this and seeing what else we can learn here about Kerby. Interesting insight into his brain. Yeah. This is beautiful. I am so very thankful, Crystal. Thank you so much once again for sending this to me. I'm so happy to finally have this in my collection on my bookcase. I don't know if it's ever going to get touched, but I will be flipping through it very often to have a look at his beautiful sketches. I think this is just something that I'm going to treasure for years to come. Thank you so much. Okay, next up I have Mythographic Artist Vault, and I'm going to have to zoom you guys out a little bit for this one. Oops, what am I pressing? There we go. Okay, so this was very kindly sent to me by the lovely Robin. I am so forever grateful to Robin for thinking of me, as this book is a Walmart exclusive, so there was no possible way for me to ever get my hands on a copy all the way over here in Australia. So thank you so very much, Robin, for thinking of me. I really do appreciate it. And it was very kind and generous of you to send this across to me as well. Unfortunately, this book is so inaccessible to the majority of the world. Actually, who is the publisher? Castle Point Books. Castle Point Books, is that St. Martin's? I think that's, yes. Castle Point Book for St. Martin's Press. Maybe we should all petition St. Martin's Press to see if they can make it available worldwide. It is such a beautiful book. It really is a shame that they haven't made it more accessible. I think there'd be a lot of people out there like myself who would have purchased this if they could have. It is a beautiful book, and it is a beautifully well-produced edition. And I think it would sell really well if they made it available to more people. So it says here, it's a compendium of unreleased illustrations and cherished favorites from the series' beloved artists. So featuring gorgeous paradises and fauna in metamorphosis from Fabiana Attanasio, lost worlds and mesmerizing legends from Joseph Kattenbang, and exotic locales and mind-bending transformations from Alexandra Fusey. So 45 colouring pages in here. Okay, so I currently only have Mythographic Magical Earth in my colouring book collection, so I'm likely not to recognise any of these illustrations, but there are some new ones and some fan favourites, of course, mixed in as well. I actually haven't had a proper flip through of the book myself yet. It is a lovely hardback book though, great quality, and the pages are single-sided. So let's have a quick look through. We'll see if we can find something that we might want to see as a colour along. And if you do recognise which book it might be from, let me know in the comments, as if I do a colour along, people can follow along in the original book if they wanted to. And I didn't do a full review of this book actually. I felt bad showing something that is so inaccessible to most of us in the world, although I'm showing it to you now. But you know what I mean? I didn't want to spotlight it in its own video with a full book review, thinking that you're all going to watch it and no one's going to be able to purchase it or access it. I think doing it this way, we can have a look and see which pages we want as a colour along, and then hopefully someone will know what book it's from and we can colour from that particular book if you can't get your hands on this one. And I am so grateful once again to Robin for thinking of me. I'm really looking forward to colouring in this book. The paper feels exquisite as well. So some of these look like they'll be old illustrations because I can see the hidden objects. We've got a camera, we've got a flashlight, a lollipop here, and it tells you here that this was drawn by Fabiana Attanasio. This one is from Joseph Kattenbang. We'll just have a flip through. And look, we've got it stitch bound. And we'll just see if there's something here that we might like to colour. I like this page. Ocean themed, of course. Joseph Kattenbang likes to have his little girl in front of the creatures. I've noticed that. She's got a hand up and a hair blowing in the wind. I see that a few times in his books. He's my favourite mythographic artist, Joseph. I like that actually. Fabiana Attanasio, that's a really fun one. It's giving The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe vibes. If anyone knows if this is from a particular book, an existing illustration, let me know. Beautiful thick paper. Have I got one page or two? Just one. This is interesting. The eye is the waterfall. That could be really gruesome actually for Halloween. Make that really gruesome. Joseph Kattenbang. Joseph gives me Kerby type of vibes. So I think if you like Kerby, you probably like Joseph Cadenbang's work too. I don't have any of the earlier Mythographic books in my collection because of the hidden objects, but we can work around them. I do like that the new books don't have those hidden objects. Oh, I like this page. It's Fabiana Attanasio. Honeycombs under the city. So yeah, we've got a fork randomly sitting there, a paint roller over here. Actually, I've got to start repainting my entire house in the next week or two, so that's gonna be fun. Actually will be fun because I do enjoy painting, so it'll just take some time, that's all. I'm going to be painting the whole house myself. I like this one. Joseph. Of course, it has to be Joseph. This one I really like. If anyone recognises this page, let me know as well. That's a possibility for a colour along. It does have lots of like doodly hidden object stuff, but I think it's really cute. Oh, look at the little hamsters running on the hamster wheel, the galaxy background. I'm a little bit over colouring fur at the moment. I feel like I've coloured a lot of fur lately the last few months. I think it's because we're working in Fragile World so much. This one looks a bit crazy. That one's a bit out there. I like this one. Joseph Cadenbang again. We've got, oh, this is the lion and his tail is the serpent. That is very reminiscent of Kirby's Mythic World. What is that creature called? It's got the lion body, serpent tail. I like this one too. This one's got hidden objects. This one's pretty. Who's this? Fabiana Attanasio. This is really pretty. This would be a really fun wintry themed page. We still have some hidden objects. We can hide them. That's fine. We can blend them in easily enough or white them out. I wonder if this is an existing illustration. If you know what book that's from, let me know. Oh, this one. I really like this one. It's actually with all these sort of like the dotted areas, it kind of reminds me a bit of Mouse Guard. I do like that one. That's a possibility for a colour along too. And swans. Lots of water on that page. That would be good for the new KJ designed by Karen paints. Oh, I like this dragon. Joseph Cadenbang. It's so hard to tell. I'm just trying to figure out where he goes. What's part of him and what's not. That one might be a little bit confusing. It's given, got the writer on the back here. What's the book I'm thinking of? What am I thinking of? There's a new one coming out at the end of next year. I think the new one's Black Onyx, Iron Flame. What am I thinking of? I'm having mind blanks today. Rebecca Yarros. What's it called? Something. Oh, gosh. It's one of my favourite books. Someone will know. Someone will know what that one is. That's what it's reminding me of anyway. That's pretty. Could make that glass castle, very throne of glass. Very 2015 Kerby Rosanes style. That'd be a really fun, bright, circusy page. Lots of reds and blues and yellows. That'd be fun to colour. Oh, I like this one. Oh, I think this might be my favourite page so far. I really like this one. This one could be it. I'm actually going to mark this one. Hang on, I've got some things here. I'm going to put the marker there though, because I noticed what was I using? Distress inks on a background this month, and I had one of these stuck on the page, and as I was going over with distress inks, you could see the outline. I had to keep going over it and over it, and finally it covered, but I had a little bit of a panic attack thinking I was going to have that square, or that rectangle mark on my page. That is definitely one that I'm going to colour. Let me know if that's in a book. And if it is, I might do it as a colour along. Otherwise, I might do it just on my own next month. It's very Christmassy. I keep blocking the name, sorry. Oh, this is interesting. Very woodland foresty vibes. So many fun pages to colour. That one's fun too. Bit creepy with all those bugs. Oh, I like that. Got the ink turned upside down, and it sort of comes out this way, so you could actually make the ink turn into the unicorn. Oh, I like this one. This one might be my second favourite page. I love colouring toadstools. This one looks like fun. I love how the bodies of the fireflies are actually like little lanterns. That's really interesting. I don't think I can see any hidden objects either. Oh, is that a hidden object? Yes, there is. That looks like fun. I like that one. I like this one too. That's another. I like this one as well. I wonder if these ones are existing illustrations or new ones. Oh, this is pretty. This is really pretty. I can see this in beautiful spring tone colours, maybe even like a rainbow in the background. Or maybe even the wings of the unicorns could be rainbows. Is it a unicorn? Pegasus? It's got wings. Yeah. About the artist. Okay. And that's it. So I'm thinking this one. Oh, I'm also liking the other one. Where was that last one? That one. Let me know if you guys know if either of these are in any existing books. So they're both Joseph Cat and Bang. We've got this one with the lock, and then this one here. I really like the light when the black lines are really light as opposed to the thicker black lines, which is why I'm leaning a little bit more towards this one, I think. But if either of these are an existing book, we might consider doing them as a colour along. If they're not, I might just colour it on my own. Let me know what you think anyway of this book and those pages. Were you able to grab a copy? Yeah, I still think we need to talk to St. Martin's Press and see if we can all get together and get it made worldwide, so everybody has access to it. Okay, next up, my copy of Magical Worlds has finally arrived. We're getting there, guys. This is actually our third last thing to look at, I think. Well, yeah, 2 more things to look at after this. So I will do a proper review on this book once I've coloured a page. I actually haven't even sat down and flipped through it yet. It only arrived yesterday afternoon, so I haven't had a chance to look at it. I have been a little bit busy. I did pop up a post on Instagram asking what page you guys would like to see as a colour along first. And I am not lying when I say every single person suggested a different page. So I did see Joanna's flip through when she did the flip through of the book, but that was a while ago. It was like a month ago or so. So I have been seeing some coloured pages from this book, and I don't even remember seeing those pages in the book when I saw the flip through. So it's all really new to me again. And we'll have a quick look at it now. I did have a few questions as to whether this will be a full book colour along. And look, I do plan to do plenty of colour alongs in the book, but it won't be a full book colour along. When I finally finish the current full book colour along in Rooms of Wonder, I am thinking of switching to a different artist. Perhaps Rita Berman, Maria Trolle, Erie, even Mel Pomeni actually. She has a new book releasing in March, so depending on how much I like that book, that could be an option as well. I like to choose a book where I would happily colour at least 90% of the book, if not more, when I'm choosing a book for a full book colour along. So I'm having fun and colouring something that I enjoy as well. At the moment, I've only ever finished 2 Kerby books. So hopefully next year I'll have finished Joanna's Rooms of Wonder, and we'll be working on my 3rd Kerby full book colour along to complete as well. So it'd be really nice to complete another book from another artist, but I will put up a poll when that time comes so we can choose an artist and a book, something different. Also, Joanna has recently announced that she's already working on a new book for 2025 release. So Joanna usually releases her books in October. She did hide the title page in her post though, so we've been playing a bit of a guessing game over on Facebook. The general consensus seems to be that it's going to be wildflowers and insect themed. If so, that could end up on my full book colour along list as well as a new artist. I love colouring flowers, so it's definitely a possibility. World of Flowers is one of my favourite of Joanna's books, so I'm pretty sure, 99.9% sure, Kerby's new book, Dark Fairy Tales, will be a full book colour along. We still currently have Rooms of Wonder as a full book colour along. When that's completed, I will choose a new artist together with you guys, and possibly when Joanna's new book comes out next year, that could be a possible full book colour along. But at the moment, I don't want to do another Joanna book. And I do love what I've seen of this book, but I don't think I love the entire book enough for me to want to colour the entire book, if that makes sense. So it's a beautiful book, but I don't know if there's 90% or more of these pages that I want to colour, but we'll see anyway. I haven't had a good look through it again. I do love these intro pages. These would be really fun borders to colour. So I'm just going to have a quick look. Oh, I love the little pumpkin picture. That was one of the pages someone suggested. Actually, a lot of these pages were suggested. I swear I've seen this page in Small Victories. Sloth. I love sloths. So cute. One thing I've noticed is there's not... I was just about to say, one thing I've noticed in this book is there's not many full pages. They all seem to be smaller illustrations on the page with lots of blank space, but these two are pretty full. These are really fun. This has actually reminded me of Lost Ocean. I love Lost Ocean, and I know a lot of people don't like the tiny details in Lost Ocean, so this is very reminiscent, but the details are a little bit larger, so it might be a bit easier for people to colour. I think this is really pretty, and they look beautiful, really colourful, both of them. Could do it matching, so it's a double page spread or opposites. This is a pretty page too. This one feels a bit like a filler page. I don't know about wallpaper pages. That's pretty. I love this page. These dragons, they're really cute. They are really cute. I like this page too. That's a fun little page. You could draw something in the center. Colour alongs, Kaz. What are we looking at? That's a possibility. That's a nope. That's a nope for today. I like that one too. That actually, oh, it's all different desserts. I was going to say it'd be a really fun one for Christmas, like gingerbread and stuff like that. Yeah. That reminds me of the owl page. The Harry Potter room, as I call it, from Rooms of Wonder. I like that one too. The pumpkin, I had that one as a suggestion. So much background space though. I feel like I have to add my own backgrounds. Dragons and an egg. That's cute. This one looks familiar. I swear I've seen that in another book. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that one too. They look like fun. That's a possibility for the colour along. What am I don't know why I've got my finger placed in there. I will put my finger there though, just in case. Oh, I like this page. I like that fox. That's a little bit different from the way Joanna usually draws her animals. I quite like him. Is that one page? Birds. I don't like colouring birds. Although I do like this page. Fun galaxy page. I noticed there's a few space pages in here. Oh, I like that one too. That's another possibility. Yeah. That looks like one of the houses from Small Victories. More space pages. I love how Joanna's listened to everybody who asked for space pages and Halloween. So we've got that pumpkin. I think that's the concession towards Halloween. This is really fun. That's another possibility too. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'll keep my finger there too. I've got too many fingers placed in this book right now. He's a bit cute as well. I don't have enough fingers anymore in this end. Okay, so I like this one for the first colour along, and I like this one, and I like this one and this one. I think they're my favourites. I do like the pumpkin. It's just I'm going to have to do a background. I mean, I know I don't have to, but I feel like I have to. That's just a me thing. I do like these two pages as well. Yeah. This one I like too. That one could be on the list as well. I'm not going to mark any because I've chosen way too many pages. I'll just see what you guys think of the pages that I've chosen, I think. I like that one too. Okay, so, all right, I'm thinking either of these two. This one here, or this one here. I think I'm leaning more towards this one. Or these two. This one. This one or this one, I think, are my two favourites. to work on first. Let me know if you prefer this, the one with the rabbit and the toadstools, or the one with the house. Yeah. You know what? I will mark these 2 pages. Now that I've narrowed it down, where's my, here we go. I'm going to pop it here for that page. And here for that page. Okay, so that will be something to choose for November out of that one and the Mythographic one. I was almost down to, so one of my other goals this year was to have no uncoloured books, or to reduce it as much as I could. It was a soft goal, it wasn't a hard goal, it was just something to work towards. And I was getting there. I've got 2 uncoloured books, and then all these new books have come in, so I've added to it now. So yeah, but we have whittled it down quite a bit to those 2 books plus these 2 new books. Is that what I've got that's uncoloured? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 uncoloured books. So not too bad. Okay, now next up, I could not help myself, and after watching a video by Amanda Colours, I went straight to Amazon and purchased her 2025 colouring planner. Now, I love journaling and scrapbooking, but I just don't have the time anymore. So I am currently using a planner that I designed myself, and I'll just show it to you here. This is just something that I designed, printed out, and fill in as I go each month. It's got my monthly wrap-ups, what materials I used for each page each month, all that sort of stuff, calendars. But Amanda has designed the most perfect planner, in my opinion, for us colorists. I am so excited to start using this next year. She has literally thought of everything, and I will tag her video up the top, and I'll pop it down in the video description as well. This is her baby, and I could not possibly explain it as well as Amanda did. So one of the things I would love though is a nameplate page at the front of the book. So I'll probably stick a sticker. I've got some My Colourful Country Life stickers. I might stick that on the front here as well, but it would be nice to have like a book belongs to, or a nameplate page at the front. Also, if it was spiral bound, I'd love a spiral bound option. I did consider doing it myself, but I don't trust my abilities. And this book is thick, guys. Look at that. Look how thick that is. I also don't have any shops anywhere near me where I can take it and get the binding redone, so I will probably just leave it as is. So the paper is Amazon paper, but that's not an issue for me. It's mostly just filling in information in here. There are colorable images at the beginning of each month, like this one, for example, but they are single-sided, so you could use markers if you wanted to, but I'm sure I could get Prismacolor pencils to work in here. Some of these images are exclusive to this planner as well, which is really fun. So I'll just show you a quick look, but please go check out Amanda's video. Is it just me, or does that not look straight? Is that slanted? I swear that looks like it's on an angle. It is. That's not straight. Anyway, it's just my OCD. That's straight. Okay, so we've got calendars here. 2025 colouring dates, so things that are happening, different themes like mermaid, etc. for the colouring world. We've got our goals, so we've got quarterly goals here. And these are our totals for the year. So each month you can write down your total pages that you've completed, how many of those were buddy colours, how many prompts or challenges you completed, and how many untouched books you coloured in. And then you can do a mid-year total in June, and then at the end of the year your final total. And we've got here, fill in a box for each page and book you colour in month by month to track your progress. So as you colour a page, you can mark it off, so you can see we've got up to 50 different pages per month. I will never get to 50. I'll be lucky to pass 10. And how many different books you've coloured in as well. So completed colouring books. Like I said earlier, I've only ever completed 2 in my life, but 2025 I do hope to complete at least one more, which will be Rooms of Wonder, but it'd be nice to complete another one in there too. This is left blank for books that you would like to complete. And then books coloured in during 2025, so you can write your title of your book or colour it in and then write the details down here as well. It has printed some of the lines quite light compared to the others. I think that's just a bit of a printing error there. My printer does that to me sometimes too. So we have a little quote, a colourable image, and then the start of the month. And we have that for every month as well. So it just says here, the preceding page is an exclusive illustration by Jen Racine, and it's got her details, the artist details here, so you can go and check out her pages. We've got our January calendar, prompts and challenges for the month, buddy colours for the month, and then our completed pages. So this is very similar to what I'm currently, and let me find a blank one to show you. So this is what I'm currently using, and it's got page, book, completed, so that's the date I completed it, the page number, and then these spaces to write down the different mediums. So this has got a lot more detail than that. So the date completed, the book, the page, the mediums used, and any hashtags or body color details that apply to that page as well. So that's for the month of January. There's so many different options here. I don't even know. 2, 3, 4, 5, so 10, oops, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 40? Did I count right? 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, yep. So there's enough spaces there for 40 different books. So these are the untouched books that you've coloured in, what you've purchased this month, what you would like to purchase, and then your monthly statistics. So we've got how many buddy colours you did, how many prompts and challenges you did for the month, the pages, books, untouched books, and then you've got your Instagram. If you want to keep track of your social media, so Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, what you started at and what you finished at. And then some monthly plans for the next month, and then back to the quote and the illustration again. So this is an exclusive by Lala Gonzalez. And the same thing here. So we've got February at the top. So it's fairy theme, Galentine's Day, Valentine's Day. So she's put all those things in there so you know in advance what's happening in the colouring community. And it's just a quick flip through there. That's really cute. So I will link her video, like I said, so please go and check that out for a full in-depth review and how to use this colouring planner as well. So check that out. This is a beautiful planner for next year, so it'll make a great Christmas gift, I think. Okay, so the next thing the last thing, it's at the bottom of my pile. I piled everything on top of it. That was very smart of me. Hang on. Let me move everything without dropping it. Oh, okay, so that doesn't need to come along. Here we go. So I made a purchase from the Washi Gang shop, and I haven't even opened it yet. Let's move that out of the way. This is a Happy Planner notebook. So I used to use a Happy Planner, but I found I wasn't utilising it to its full advantage. Now I have the colouring planner that Amanda designed. I just needed something for notes. And I'll move this out the way. I always keep my bubble wrap for when I have to send things to people. Reuse the bubble wrap. So we've just got some stickers here. The Washi Gang details. So if you're in Australia, that's where you can purchase things. Okay. So this one was actually on sale at the time, so I think it must be old stock, but it will do the job. So what I will do, oh actually, oh let me cut this off. I was going to say I'll add some tabs in here, but it comes with the tabs already, so I just got to write on here what they're for. Okay. I thought this was really pretty, and it suits the theme of my room. Let me get rid of this. So it's got 60 sheets in here already. Classic dotted lined notebook. Does it say the size? 7 by 9.25 inches. So the main thing I use a notebook for is for YouTube planning. So when you guys suggest videos to me, I do keep track of them, whether it's a color along request, a specific technique. I've had a few requests for a background series recently, also pencil tours, my favorite glittery items, all that sort of stuff. I write them down. I do try to keep a note of who suggested the video as well, and I'll put a mark next to it if it gets requested multiple times from different people too. If it's a technique or a tutorial, I'll write some notes down as they come to me as well. So for example, with the background video, I'll write the different techniques or different mediums that I'm going to use for those backgrounds, and whether I'll do it in a book or whether I'm going to do it on blank paper to demonstrate, all that sort of stuff. And then once it's completed, I'll mark it off. As well as writing down your video requests, I also jot down my own video ideas too, and dates when I think I'm going to be able to complete them. So that is the purpose of this. And if you do have some ideas for future videos you'd like to see on the channel, let me know and I will pop them into this notebook. So what I'm going to do is my own YouTube ideas, then I'll do your YouTube requests and I'll separate them into color alongs, tutorials, techniques, that sort of stuff. So that is what this will be used for. Okay guys, so you're a work in progress and so is everything around you. I like that quote. That is it. That wraps up this haul. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I've been picking up or what I've been receiving lately. If you would like to see more haul videos in the future, just let me know in the comments down below. Once again, can I just say a big thank you to everybody that sent me some beautiful items this month. Crystal, Robin, who else do I need to thank as well? The companies that have sent me out some beautiful stuff as well. Karen for sending me out some extra paints. You've all been so kind, so generous, and it is very much appreciated. I really, really do appreciate you guys thinking of me. So on that note, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all very soon. Have a beautiful day. Happy coloring and bye for now.